Feels really good. It's been a year and a half since we've been here. It was a really long year and a half for us, and there's something really wonderful about coming back in the sense that we weren't really sure when or if we were going to come back again. And I think when you're kind of about to totally let something go, you realize how much you actually are grateful for and appreciate something. And so I'm coming back here now, and I just kind of feel like I see everything and feel everything differently. I love it this time. Drinking coffee.
I think, every day I start my day trying to find a really good breakfast and really good coffee. And then by the afternoon and evening, I try to find a really good beer. And then after the show, I try to find more good beer. That's about all I do here.
I don't know what else there is to do here.
Or I shop at Primark or River Island or Topping. Eat Wagamamas and Nando's. I'm just a stereotype.
Huh. Ooh. How do you describe your band?
Oh, describe your music. Describe to people your music.
Describe to people your music. Just hit play. Listen to it. Like it's so like by the time I will have finished explaining what our music sounds like, you could already be listening to a song. You could be 15 seconds into a song. Also, don't really love the band name question, but that's not because it's a bad question, it's because we have a bad answer.
Yeah.
We don't really have a good answer as to how we got our band name. And it's not a very good band name. But it's stuck, and that works. It's not shittier. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We self-produced it. John and his brother produced it. I think you can just notice little things between every album. That we started this band when we were teenagers, and now we're in our mid to later 20s. I think we've just gotten better at what we do, and I think, as simple as it is, you can tell we've just gotten better at writing songs and better at producing records and just better at being a band. And I think this record signifies us at our best so far. Story? Apparently you have a story.
Yeah, we ended up in a bar fight last night.
I was not present during this.
So
apparently he ended up in a bar fight last night.
Don't start a bar fight with British guys, because there's a chance that they might be on a rugby team and they might absolutely destroy you. But actually, I like to think that we won in some sort of weird way because we didn't get that hurt. You know what I mean? So it's like to be fighting a rugby team and to not get like totally injured, I think I honestly see it as a victory. We're the only ones who had to go to the hospital. But it wasn't like black guys, there was no blood really. There was a little bit of blood. We weren't there. I like to think we won.
You don't win by barely losing. You just barely lost.
When you're fighting a rugby team, I think that's a win.
I guess there's a little victory in this.
I got away totally clean. There's our other two guys who like dislocated their fingers. But yes, that's my story from Saturday. Got in a bar fight with a rugby team and barely lost, so I consider it a big win.
My favorite song on the record is a song called Jean Jacket. It's one of the first songs I wrote for the record. I think it has meant a lot to me for a very long time, and I think it signifies a giant leap as a songwriter and as a progression of our band.
I think I'd pick Figure Me Out, just because that was sort of the first one that Brian had sent us a voice note of him playing a song on the piano, and me and my brother kind of sat with it and built all the music around it. And it was the first song on the record that we really self-produced, and I remember sitting and listening to it, listening back once we had finished it, and that was the first time I think we realized like, oh wait, like we could self-produce this entire album. This sounds really good. It doesn't sound like anything else, and it was the first time hearing something back and being proud of it and proud of that certain sound that we discovered. So that was sort of a big eye-opener on the production end for us, so I have to always go Figure Me Out.
Back to the place that we always go.
Everything but all my friends, mostly. That's pretty much true.
I don't believe
actually,
that
that's
exaggeration. Wait, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think that any good story is told with some sort of hyperbole.
Certainly. everything is based on a true story. Even I joked up, just said, even as I'm saying all my friends is not true, that's totally a lie. I mean, that definitely is a song that is, it's essentially based on a true story. While some stuff maybe is a little bit embellished in certain ways, it's definitely, everything is inspired by something. I can't get behind songs that aren't really about real things. So, yeah, I'd say all of it's true. It's the truest record we've ever made. And it's the most honest thing I think you can tell. So.
Steven's in love, John's getting high, Jess in the back, starting a fight.
Steven's in love, John's getting high, Jess in the back, starting a fight.
Or last night, John's in a fight, Steven's in a fight, Jess is in the back, starting a fight. Here's to the night, wherever we go, we'll all fight. Chasing the fight.
A lot of fighting.
We don't do it in the last fight.
I was not involved.
But yes, continue.
What are Brian and Jess doing?
Well,
Well,
I get this,
everyone was fighting last
I've been
night.
getting this question a lot.
Brian and John.
To be fair, so Josh, at that point when that song was written, Josh had actually left our band for a little bit to go back to school. He's been always been very interested in school, and it comes from a family of nurses and medicine, and he had these plans to go back to school. He ended up rejoining the band, but when I actually wrote that verse and that lyric, it was as if it was from a perspective where we were moving on with the band without him. And then when he joined the band again, I said, hey, do you want me to revisit this? And he said, no, that's part of the story. So Josh is not there. Now the part about me that's kind of tricky is I'm singing the song. I'm everything else. I'm the whole rest of the song. Yeah, I guess that's the answer. Here's to the night. Everyone in my band likes to fight but me.
Might need to rewrite that song after last night.
Everyone.
I should have been getting high.
Actually, the real answer is, where's Josh? He's probably doing laundry or on the phone.
Just getting some fish and chips.
And there he is. Good to know.
There's Josh.
Everyone's asking where you are and all in, and you're doing laundry. Or
Fish and
chips. Found him.
Yeah,
There he is.
right moment.
Couldn't figure out. None of us have phones, so we don't really know where anyone is at all times.
Pass around the contract, where's the dotted line?
Oh my god, I think the songs are way
The songs,
better.
yeah, I think we've.
I mean, that's, I think, the beginning of it.
It's very similar. I think it's a very similar answer to how we've grown, to why this album is different. I think there's so much of the person, like so much personally gained just in this album. I think one, we're better songwriters. I think I've come a long way as a person. I think last year was the most I've ever grown as a human being. And also we self-produced the record, and I think now we've learned what we're truly capable of. So it's leaps and bounds different than our first record.
Here's to the night, wherever it goes, I'm all in.
If I die tomorrow, my tombstone can say that we opened for Queen. The end. The end. Like there's nothing else. There was life before opening for Queen and life after opening for Queen. That's pretty much it.
I think it opened up a lot of doors.
To be fair, it opened up a lot of doors and it let us play. It let us play. It let us kind of gave us this taste of a whole different side of the capacity of the music industry, and it also, I think it let a lot of people see us in a very different way for the first time.
4 a.m. in the parking lot, we'll be singing Blink songs till the sun comes up, cause I don't know.
Starting our career in our teens.
I don't think I missed. I mean, no, I don't think I never think about it as I missed out on anything. I always think that's so interesting about us starting this band as teenagers is a lot of people get to sort of like mess around in the garage and try and fail in musical styles and sort of come into their own as a musician, sort
Before
of
the rest of the world gets to see it.
behind the scenes and keep it to themselves, and then by the time they're ready, they present themselves. We just sort of just went like straight for it. And so our progression has kind of been like in front of people, which I think is really interesting. It's unique. It makes you feel vulnerable at times.
You can watch you can basically find and see all of our mistakes on the internet because
Yeah.
we grew up in front of people, and that was interesting, I think, as a band. Whereas the whole figuring it out process we kind of did publicly, for better or worse. Like there's no reason for us to regret any of it because I think it made it's a very interesting take. It's weird. It's interesting to have been a band for 9 years and we're 26 years old. Some people don't even get to put out an album until 26 years old. We've been able to put out 4, so there are absolutely pros and cons.
This one right now.
It's about to be this one. Actually, so that Leeds is about to be the best one.
Yeah.
London was the best over here so far. All the shows have been very good though.
Woke up in a living color. The city turned from gray to gold.
What would I change? I don't really want to
No,
change.
I don't want to change the
I
past.
don't really want to change. I don't really want
But
to change anything
future.
so far. Yeah, I don't have anything I want to change.
I wouldn't change anything that I've done.
All the shitty things that have
Oh,
ever happened.
I may not have started a fight last night. Just because it's fighting stupid.
I maybe wouldn't have jumped off stage in San Diego and broken my ankle.
But
Like I didn't.
But
really,
the problem with that is you start doing that, you start changing that, and what else?
everyone's seen the butterfly effect. You don't go back. Don't go backwards. It's like Mario Kart.
Now, what can I do in the future with a magic wand? A few things.
I got a few things in mind that I can do in the future, but I can't tell you what those are.
I want to know now.
You'll find out in the future.
Find out.
You'll find out in the future.
Feels like I'm finally living more than ever.
I like writing songs about the past essentially in the means of like I'm not really that nostalgic of a person. I don't like in my present personality. I'm just always like the next thing, and I think there's so many songs about the past and nostalgia as maybe my way of like putting it out there and then letting it go, and then like that's it. And I think that's why there's a lot of nostalgia songs. Otherwise, I think in my person, I'm always kind of moving forward. Yeah, there definitely are a lot of songs about looking back, because I really think that's maybe the only time I do. That's when and you also, I think it's also a lot easier to write from what you've experienced versus write from what you're currently in. You don't really know what you're in until it's over.
I don't know. Touring.
The album just came out, so pretty much what we're doing right now for the rest of the year. Lots of touring.
Warped Tour.
Only a couple shows, but
Yes.
a little bit of Warped Tour.
Try to make it back here, and try to just play more of these.
Yeah, lots of touring.
We have an album we're really proud of and want to play it as much as we can.
Yeah, that's something we're like playing about shows we were playing. So hopefully we get to, actually not hopefully, we will come back to the UK again this time this year. And hopefully the rest of Europe too.
Right there in the desert. I was 17 years old. We were talking.
Alex and Zillion?
Kill Dillion.
Alex is dead. Sorry, Alex.
Shag the Mona Lisa.
Marry Beyonce. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Sorry, Alex. Like, that's not really, I mean, I think you'll understand because you would do the same.
Yeah.
I definitely marry Beyonce.
Yeah. Sure.
This game's always interesting to me because
Not
if you're
gonna
gonna,
marry Gail
because
Young.
this question's always interesting to me because if you get to marry someone, you're also gonna get to shag that person. So there is a trick question.
Oh, that's true.
And
Yeah.
for life.
So like,
Yeah.
so who do you want? So who do you want? Yeah.
Because it's just once. And like if you're married, it's
Yeah, I only need to shag the Mona Lisa one time. Like after that, it's like,
Now is it shagging like the Mona Lisa, like the picture, or the person that the
yeah, I'm
picture
gonna
picks?
fucking the painting.
Or are we actually fucking the painting? Because
That's a little awkward, but
That's
if I have to do it.
I would do it just to say that I did that.
Yeah, you know.
How many people get to touch
How many people
the
get
Mona
to
Lisa
shag
in
the
that
Mona
way?
Lisa? These guys.
Easy.
And
That was
you
the easiest
also,
question.
you definitely want to make Beyonce your fiance.
Yeah. And that was probably the easiest question for her.
That's the easiest question so far.
That's like have we played it twice?
No, we've only played there once. That was
One of my
the
favorite
show was
shows.
incredible. I think.
I don't know why we haven't gone back.
Yeah, I don't really know why we haven't been able to go back, but I don't. Like, I'm trying to think of how to answer this. I guess the way to answer it is when you've only played somewhere one time and you haven't oversaturated or played there a bunch of times and people are waiting for you to kind of play there with them. There's a different level of excitement. The first time is always very exciting. I think to really answer the question, we have to go back and find out.
Yeah. Which I would like to do.
I'm a bit too pop for the punk kids, but I'm too punk.
It was so short. We went.
We were
I
over
went
there
and
for a
grabbed a
day.
bottle of wine somewhere.
Drink a bottle of wine on the
smoked
street.
cigarette.
That was cool.
But I believe there's more to life than all my problems.
That count?
What's the lyric from that Lady Marmalade song?
Ooh,
Touché avec. But I think that means I want to sleep with you, but I do, so that's fine. We
Oh,
want to.
wait,
Hi, we're the Somerset, and we want to sleep with you.
Wait.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Wait,
Do you want to sleep with me?
Who said
That's what it means.
Maybe we can go to Paris.
We know we got why that song got so wrong.
We tried to.
We wrote a song about wanting to go to Paris, and then I think that this
had a
is 6
French
years ago.
lyric in French.
And then we realized that the lyric was wrong, so we scrapped the song, and then it didn't sound good otherwise. We'll come back. We will.
Yeah.
'Cause it's time for me to figure me out.